Okay, this video is about Infinity 8. All right, the collection of initially it was 8 mushrooms and 8 Chinese herbs. Okay, now the herbs here are based on Taoist medicine. Taoist medicine, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later and more enhanced. Taoist herbalism is more than it's more than traditional Chinese medicine. It's based on the Taoist monks really based their entire observation in nature on longevity and reducing the stress response and overall balance. And they observed animals in nature, how they accomplished that, and pretty much mimicked what worked and what didn't work, and used a lot of these herbs for longevity, for tonifying the organs, and these herbs can be used on can be and are beneficial to be used on a daily basis compared to traditional Chinese medicine, where there's a lot of herbs which are meant for one cycle to heal or cure something, and not meant for a daily use. So I use a lot of uh, what's called tonic herbs, or in other words, adaptogens. They adapt to where the body is and reduce the stress response. That's kind of a context to a lot of the herbs that I use. They're very peaceful herbs, if you will. You can use them on a daily basis, and they support it. Let's say this: if the body is constantly reducing the stress response with herbs and meditation, then that equals longevity of the cells and the tissues and the organs, and that equals a better quality of life. So this is pretty much what all my products are based on. Okay, again, Infinity 8. Initially, it had eight mushrooms, 8 medicinal mushrooms, and 8 Chinese herbs. We increased it to 11 mushrooms, but I still call it Infinity 8 because I love that. And what we do here with there's a lot of mushroom products out in the market, and a lot of them um, are based on what's called polysaccharides, which is a fancy word for sugar and starch. And the active component actually in mushrooms is what's called beta glucans. Okay, now a lot of mushroom products boast with high levels of polysaccharides, which, like I said, is a fancy word for sugars, and they don't have a lot of the medicinal value. What I use is mushrooms that have 20 to 40 to 50% beta glucans value, and that is very more. That is like 12 to 27 times more expensive than regular mushroom extracts. Um, and Hold on, friend. Oh yes, and the mushrooms that I use are mostly sourced. I make it a point to source all my mushrooms and herbs from their native land, or from their native um, habitat that they grow in the best. So, for instance, our chaga mushroom, which is sourced in Siberia. Okay, chaga mushroom it takes 60 years to mature, and that means that it also a mushroom that provides very high value of very high medicinal value and very high antibacterial, antiviral, pretty much immune boosting, anti-inflammatory properties. So I sourced the mushroom from Siberia because I want that mushroom that took 60 years to and endured, you know, very extreme conditions in Siberia to mature. That's what I want to work with. Okay, for instance, the reishi, the cordyceps, the lion's mane, the turkey tail. The reishi, for instance, is sourced from a farm uh, in a very remote mountainous area in China that you have to take a boat. It takes 4 days to get there, and it's grows in where reishi is supposed to grow in high elevation, in the specific manner that reishi grows on rotten logs, wood logs. So that's where I source, for instance, the reishi. So every ingredient is very much, I'm very particular about where I source the ingredients, and very kind of OCD about it in a positive manner. Um, Mushrooms in general have been well documented and researched for their immunity boosting capabilities. They activate and increase the activity of immune cell components such as T cells, natural killer cells, and lymphocytes. Okay. Aside from that, they are antiviral, anti-inflammatory, support to the gut flora. They lower blood sugar, lower cholesterol, improve circulation. They have neuroplasticity, meaning regeneration of the nervous system, protect against digestive ulcers, anti-anxiety, anti-depression, antioxidant, and anti-tumor. All this with medicinal mushrooms, and all of them are all the ones that reflect these capabilities are in INFINITY8. I selected the specific ones. There are other herbs that are in this formula are, for instance, shilajit. The shilajit is a mineral resin that I bring again, this one from Siberia, from high elevation, and it's processed by a small family operation that is dedicated to medicinal herbs. The other herbs inside of this are astragalus, which has anti-flu and antiviral properties. Shizandra and goji, both are longevity tonic herbs, like I said, used in the Taoist medicinal history. Ginseng, for its overall tonifying and strengthening properties. And damiana, which is to promote calmness and kind of balance out the formula, because it can be a little bit stimulating, so put some damiana there. Now, the blend can be taken in the morning and in the evening, and it will calm the nervous system before sleep, so it promote sleep. We have this spoon I'll introduce to you now. Oops, there's a spoon here. I have one that has the logo here engraved. I'll put it in the next video. But all I would do is pretty much a quarter of this, something like that, on the tongue directly. I'm going to do it right now. Just like that, easy. I didn't even touch the spoon, I just flipped it. And let it dissolve. Now, in Chinese medicine, they say that absorption starts on the tongue. So you want to feel the taste. You want to feel the bitterness. You want to feel all the different tastes that come with the powder. This is why I introduced with the spoon. It's better than a capsule, although I have this in capsules. Okay, I have all the formulas in capsules. And it's better absorption, quicker absorption, immediate absorption on the tongue. The body's starting to recognize the herbs according to the taste that it's like a signature. The body wants to recognize, oh, let me see, what's this? It's a signature. So every herb has an energetic signature, and the body is accepting it, receiving it when it's used on the tongue directly. That's INFINITY8. So we have this in powder and capsules. I would say, like I said, that amount on the serving spoon once or twice a day. The big thing is consistency. So there's no quick fixes. It's a consistency. Taoist monks use these herbs on a daily basis, and there's reports of Taoist monks living for 200 250 years. I choose to believe that, with tonic herbs that they would take on a daily basis every day. So consistency. INFINITY8. Thank you.